Hi, my name is Sidney, and I play Ilona, and this is what you missed in episode 59 of Edge of Legend. As if suspended in midair, Woodwort in ape form makes the first swing at Korokos, barely grazing him. It quickly becomes very clear that this is going to be the most difficult fight the adventurers have ever faced, as Korokos grabs Woodwort by the neck, and the other sword in his other hand, shoving Woodwort back effortlessly. Seeing this, Ichi swings and misses. This is when Korokos smites everything, summoning the power of his god, Gorm, dealing 60 damage to Ichi. Then Korokos' mount, Malthenrax, starts flapping its grotesque skeletal wings, blowing everyone back even further, but Shionibis managed to get one arrow straight into its master's neck, only to Korokos' amusement. Ichi swings again, finally dealing a heavy blow to Korokos, but this is when he infiltrates Ichi's mind, asking her to wield a crown and destroy nations, to which Ichi replies, "I don't want to destroy cities. I want to save them." With a disappointed scoff, Korokos deals her 10 mental damage and retorts that if that's the case, he will level her homeland to the ground. Then Malthenrax flaps its wings even harder, pushing Shionibis back into the green acid flames surrounding the party. Korokos attacks again, this time slicing through Ichi and Woodwort. Korokos attacks again, this time slicing through Ichi and Woodwort. As Ilona sees them fall lifelessly to the ground, she emits a gigantic beam of energy towards her friends, reviving them, and healing some of Chio's acid fire damage. Finally, it's Rufus' time to shine. Fading into the background for most of the battle so far, he pulls out his trump card, one of the 2 hairs left from Sun Wukong. Upon summoning the monkey trickster god, he bestows a bestial curse onto Korokos, rendering him clumsy with a weakness to silver, but also bestowing him with fearsome teeth and claws. Woodwort then uses his snap leaf talisman from Rufa to become invisible and strike Korokos in his confusion. But Korokos still manages to kill Ilona, seeing that her powerful healing abilities allow the battle to continue for far too long. Malthenrax then shoots out a gust of fire acid breath, striking everyone in the party except for Shionibis. But in this, she notices Malthenrax inching closer to Korokos, indicating his faithful steed is concerned its master might be bested in this fight. Ilona becomes stabilized, and now it is Rufus' turn to deal some damage to Korokos. But Korokos plays his mind games once more and threatens Rufa with the harm of his only son if he continues to fight. Ashamedly, Rufa lowers his weapon, and Korokos chuckles at his seeming defeat. Woodwort and Ichi both strike Korokos and deal massive damage, but in an instant, everyone except Chio and Rufa are back to 0 HP, so close to never being able to come back at all. This is when Korokos turns to Shionibis and asks, "Do you let me kill you, or do you let me leave?" Shionibis bows her head in defeat, then tries to sneak attack Korokos and misses. Korokos mounts his faithful steed and flies off, taking his troops with him. And that is where we end the siege on Agrippa upon Aubert. Not long after, Morel, Tobias, and a few others from town rush to the scene of the big battle. With the help of Nadir's blessing, they were able to stave off the rest of Korokos' forces, and now the town wants to celebrate. But some of the adventurers are quite resistant to the idea, and Rufa solemnly slinks away. Shionibis also makes herself scarce, but is soon followed by Tobias. Shionibis shares her frustrations with how Korokos got away and how painful it is for her to watch those close to her die. She explains the root of her fear of attachment, and Tobias is there to listen. Because of his kindness and attempts to cheer her, Shionibis now sees Tobias in a new light, and offers him a job on her council in Nubia after the war is over. Amidst that side vignette, Ilona also decides to look for Rufa after she, Ichi, and Woodwort decide next steps. She finds him in a dimly lit barn where the party decided to store their cart. Lit only by a single lantern, she witnesses Rufa scribbling on the barn wall and muttering to himself, crossing out images in frustration every so often. Upon closer inspection, she realizes he keeps going over battle plans of their battle with Korokos, and in every scenario, someone dies. In her attempts to comfort Rufa, he tells her that he was in charge of many people's lives in the past and he let them down. He will never do that again. After a while, everyone regroups at the Type and Pint. Woodwort manages to bargain for a bottle of Tzatziki and mead, and the morale seems to be increasing. That is when Rufa sees Hush Snagglefoot appear in a darkened alley. When he approaches her, she asks for an information exchange. This is when Rufa threatens Korkos as directly as he can, promising everything he loves will be poisoned. For Rufa is toxic. Rufa plans on calling in some favors with the war, and involving his homeland of Shin. Hush is thrilled with this information and is eager to tell her tyrannical master whom she hates the most. Hush is thrilled with this information and is eager to tell her tyrannical master whom she despises the most. And in return, she informs Rufa that Zaka will be attacking the north of the Adolphon continent and will lay siege to Adolphon Prime in 3 days. And that is where we end episode 59 of Edge of Legend. Make sure to tune in, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, to the Nat20 Productions official channel on Twitch to catch these newest episodes of Edge of Legend as they happen. We look forward to seeing you in chat as you become legends right alongside us. Thanks for watching!